Hi, my name is Molly Dodge, and I am the author of the Sorority Please blog on WordPress.com, and I'm here to answer a couple of frequently asked questions about being in a sorority. So the first question I'm going to answer is, what is a sorority? And the best way I can describe what a sorority is basically a club for women. You have to be in college to be in a sorority, and I believe that it's only in the United States. You have to be a full-time student, and not only are you in a sorority for the 4 years that you're in college, but it's a lifetime membership. So once you're initiated into a sorority, you're in it for the rest of your life. And there's so many different types of collegiate groups and alumni groups and everything that so once that you're out of college, you can still maintain that sisterhood, beyond just college. And the second question is, how does Rush work? The Rush process basically is when you decide that you want to go through and be in a sorority, you have to go through a process, and it's about a week-long process where every day you go to the different sororities that are in your that go to your school. We have 7 sororities at our school, so how it would work is the girls would go from house to house basically, and the first day is just a day that they can get to know us, we can get to know them a little bit, and then every day they weed down their choices. It's a mutual decision, so we'll eliminate some girls, they'll eliminate us, and it's just that's the way the process works, so that in the end every girl can be where they fit. And then the second day is philanthropy day, which is where we talk about what our philanthropy is, and a philanthropy is our charity event. And for my sorority, which I'm in Delta Zeta, we are the Starkey Hearing Foundation and the Painted Turtle Camp. And so the second day, we just talk all about that. And sometimes girls do choose what sorority they want to be in by the philanthropy of that sorority. So it all just depends on, their preference and how they feel. And then the third day is skit day, which is basically a way for us to show our personalities to the girls. And we put on a skit, and it's funny, and then we get to talk to them a little bit more. And then the fourth night is pref night, and that is the night where it's between us or another sorority, um, or whatever 2 sororities they would like to go to, and they have a long process, about an hour long, and you get to sit down with a girl and really just get to talk about whether or not you believe that that's your home. And then the next day is bid day, which is where you get your bid, and then that is you are a Delta Zeta or whatever other sorority that you're in. But it's not until about 8 weeks later that you become initiated, and you have to go through a new member process where you have to learn all of the history and the fundamentals of that sorority before you can become initiated into that sorority. But once you're initiated for life, no matter what. A couple of other questions that I'm going to touch on are more of stereotypical type of questions and a little bit more serious. The first question is about hazing and whether or not sororities haze. And I know for a fact 100% my sorority does not haze, and I'm about 100% positive that none of the sororities at my school, which is Texas State University, haze at all. And it's definitely been there in the past. There's been media and all that in papers and on television that other sororities have hazed at other schools, but I know for a fact that we do not haze and we do not tolerate it. It's more of the sorority does not haze as a whole. Now, if there's a couple of girls in that sorority that are mean or rude and they want to be rude to a new girl and haze her, that is completely on the individual, and they will be severely punished if that ever happened in my sorority. But I just know that my sorority does not haze, and I think it's horrible. And if I were ever in a sorority that I knew hazing was happening, or if I was rushing to become in a sorority and I was being hazed, I would quit immediately, no matter what end of the spectrum I was on. So that's just my opinion on that, but I know for a fact that mine does not. Another thing I want to touch on are like sorority girl stereotypes. And the first one is if sorority girls are dumb. And no, we're not dumb. At my school, in my sorority, we have to maintain a 2.7 average every semester. And if you do not maintain that average, you get put on academic probation for 1 semester. And if you do not get your grades up after that 1 semester, you are dismissed from the chapter, meaning you can no longer be a Delta Zeta and or whatever sorority. I know that every sorority has a limit on what you can and cannot make for your GPA, and I believe that's really awesome because it just puts people accountable, and sororities do need to shake that dumb persona that people want to believe that every sorority girl is like, oh my god, like school, like booze and boys, and that's just not the way it is at all. And I am very proud to say that I am a 4.0 student, and a handful of my girls in my sorority are, and a handful of my girls in my sorority are Dean's List students. And if you go below a certain grade point average, you are punished, and that's just the way that is. So that is that stereotype, and I know that my sorority is not the only one who would punish for that as well. So that's that one. And the second one is, do you have to drink or party if you're to be in a sorority? And that's absolutely not. Every semester, my sorority puts on social events, and they're like mixers with a fraternity or a formal or a date party or something. And those are non-alcoholic functions that they're not mandatory, but they're more for fun and entertainment and just to dress up and invite a boy that you have a crush on and be able to have a good time in a social and safe environment. Now, apart from those functions, like um, partying on the weekends that don't have to include my sorority, no, you don't have to be a partier to be in a sorority. I don't drink, and I don't really like to drink, and even though I'm of legal age to drink, um, I don't care to go out and get drunk at the bars or anything like that. So, and I have a lot of sisters who agree with me, and we'd rather just stay in and watch movies and stuff like that on a Friday night than go out and get drunk. So that's how I feel about that, and that's how, no, you don't have to drink or be a party girl to be in a sorority, and that's kind of ridiculous. And the next question that's a frequently asked question is, are sorority girls um, easy? And no, they aren't. Every sorority has their label on them, whether, you know, every sorority has like a name, like kind of a slutty name that rhymes with their sorority. And just because it rhymes doesn't mean it's true. And I have a name for my sorority. I'm not going to repeat it right here, but it doesn't mean that every girl in my sorority is easy. I'm a virgin, and it's my personal preference. I know a lot of girls who feel the same way, and so no, sorority girls are not easy. Like, just because you're in sorority does not make you slutty or stupid or a party girl. And I think that's a little bit offensive when, because a lot of the people who give these stereotypes are actually fraternity guys, and I think it's very degrading because we're all Greek, and no one should be able to label someone like that. And if you're not in a sorority and you're labeling a girl just because they are in a sorority, it's almost, rude. And, not every sorority girl is wealthy. A lot of people are on scholarship. A lot of people take out, loans and things like that. And it's, sorority is supposed to be something that's supposed to be positively looked at. A group of women that are um, doing for philanthropy and service and education, and it's starting to get a negative connotation. And I believe that it should be geared the other way as a positive outlook. I want to be able to say I'm in a sorority and people be able to think, wow, that's an upstanding woman, not, oh, she's a party girl or easy or stupid. And I believe that we need to start transitioning the other way. So those are just the questions that I had that I was going to answer, and I might do another video, and I will see y'all later. Bye.